아침 6시 22분입니다. 또 아침에 독서를 또 시작해야죠. How to create a culture of excellence. How great companies think differently. Leadership that gets the result. 5 habits of highly successful companies. Designing high-performance jobs. Reward achievement with pay based on performance, but keep raising the performance bar. Don't give up. God will provide when you need to finish strong. Whether we are exercising our physical muscles or working out our God-given abilities through actions, words, and deeds, we too can be encouraged by the reminder to finish strong. Don't become weary. Galatians chapter 6. The power of one more. The ultimate guide to happiness and success. One more and defining leadership. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Boundaries of potential. Transform your brain. Unleash your talents. Reinvent your work in midlife and beyond. I'm getting back into the swing of things. The Leader's Guide to Influence. How to use soft skills to get hard results. Your goal is to develop your soft skills to become more relationally intelligent, engaging, and influential. Emotional awareness is about recognition and self-control. Notice and name the emotion you experience in different situations. Invent and Wonder. The collected writings of Jeopardy battles. More than 140,000 SMBs surpassed $100,000 in sales on Amazon in 2017, and over 1,000 independent authors surpassed $100,000 in royalties in 2017 through Kindle Direct Publishing. American slang. Lubricated. Alcohol intoxicated. They are sufficiently lubricated for the night. He's not fit to talk to until he's lubricated a bit. The personal MBA. Master the art of business. All it takes is a little creativity and budgeting, and you'll be well on your way to funding your own self-directed research and development laboratory. Eating disorders for dummies. You can't measure pain on a scale. Promoting healthy relationship behaviors. Part of the 12 steps involve examination of how your behavior affected others. Release your brilliance. I was a happy, content child who soared in school, in friendships, and most importantly in self-confidence. Then I was sexually abused. Until I was 13, I flourished. The trauma inflicted by sexual abuse is so deeply painful, it diminishes one's spirit. Without a doubt, my ability to believe in myself was lost due to the acts of two selfish men. I blamed myself for causing the abuse. I began to slouch. I began to slouch on purpose to hide my breast. I lost all my confidence. I felt worthless. I struggled to this day to believe in myself. Slouch. Secret of the Millionaire Mind, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth. Wealth Principle. Action is the bridge between the inner world and the outer world. Released from bondage. True stories of freedom from compulsive behaviors. I was looking for any suspicion of judgment or distrust toward me. Fear not tomorrow. God is already there, trusting Him in uncertain times. So many of my wounds had come as a result of my own choices, but God was making those wounds into something useful for other people. The sixth most important decision you'll ever make. Maybe we should just break up until you grow up. Maybe we should just break up until you grow up. 2002 ways to cheer yourself up. Memorize Saint Francis' famous prayer. Life is a voyage in which we choose neither vessel nor weather, but much can be done in the management of the sails and the guidance of the helm. The vegetarian myth, food justice and sustainability. So when advocates of the lipid hypothesis hold up this particular study of the evidence, and some of them do, feel free to know better. The intuitive mind, profiting from the power of sixth sense, inaccessibility, because we can't access our unconscious thought. We may open makeup regions for our actions. 100 simple secrets of great relationship, what scientists have learned, and how you can use it. Despite enjoying the work immensely, at one point Jane realized something was missing. Every child of God fills a special place in His plan. Today's readings, Psalm chapter 19. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Noise, a flaw in human judgment. The interviewer's task in such interviews is not to decide whether they like a candidate overall. It is to collect data about each assessment in the evaluation structure and to assign a score to the candidate on each assessment. Rewire your anxious brain. How to use the neuroscience of fear to end anxiety, panic, and the worry. Exposure to each step must be done repeatedly for change to occur in your amygdala. Mastering public speaking. He played a videotape of the whirling dervishes, dance of the Malevi order, pointing out the religious significance of the dancer's gesture and the movements. You are stronger than you think, tapping into the secret of emotionally resilient people. Before Greg lost his leg, he worked 70 hours a week at the service station and spent a fair portion of his remaining time fixing stuff around the house or participating in outdoor hobbies. あなたの出番です。全米最大の教会、牧師が語る成功の秘訣。スザンヌがこんなことを叫んでおられた。でも、こんなに心が乱れているのは、あの人が私たちの関係を終わりにしようとするからじゃない。Never check email in the morning, and other unexpected strategies for making your work life work. Follow up. If the meeting leaders failed to end its session with a specific next action, take the initiative to ask what happens next. Crucial conversation. Tools for talking when stakes are high. As a result, we now have longer discussion, and she is usually able to leave the conversation without having an outburst. Tools of titans, the tactics, routines, and habits of billionaires, icons, and world-class performers. Then it will seem as if the universe just started speeding up. Speeding up opportunities. How successful people lead, taking your influence to the next level. Team members need leaders to describe the vision and define a success. The doodle revolution unlocked the power to think differently. By now, I hope your spidey senses are starting to discern that there's impressive power in using simple visual language when working with a group. The Good Life. Lessons from the world's longest scientific study of happiness create a more meaningful and satisfying life. The complex emotional lattice of every family is unique in important ways, and our families affect us in ways that other relationships do not. Lattice. Here comes the everybody. How is that possible? How is that possible? The portable coach, 28 surefire strategies for business and personal success. Clean up your personal finances. Character is not made in a crisis. It is only exhibited. Effective executive compensation, creating a total reward strategy for executives. On the other hand, if an executive is primarily responsible for long-term research or infrastructure development, then forget or significantly limit those short-term plans. Navigating your career. 21 of America's leading headhunters tell you how it's done. A ticket to the top. What functions are the power bases to senior level management. They enter the ranks of corporate decision makers that, within a decade, the careers of many stall, and they may even drop out altogether. The learning disability myth. It is definitely worth thinking about and making a list of the things that you would like to ask before you take your child to be assessed. Culture shock, a guide to customs and etiquette. Never mind the lack of logic in these encounters. Manifest your desires. 365 ways to make your dreams a reality. You now remember that you are free. In fact, that you are so free that you could choose bondage, and that everything that comes to you is in response to the thought you are thinking. Win at work, succeed at life. 5 principles to free yourself from the cult of overwork. But it also says our mind wander in creative direction when we walk, swim, garden, shower, and do craft. Rule your day. 6 keys to maximizing your success and accelerating your dreams. You'd have thought that giving away those funds would have kept us from building our new church, but it was just the opposite. Second chance for your money, your life, and our world. Which asset class are you most interested in? hard choices. For too many people in too many places, the status quo, the status quo today is unsustainable. Teaching English as a second or foreign language. Taken together, these 3 chapters give us good coverage of what the linguist Michael referred to as lexicogrammar, a term that represents vocabulary and grammar as complementary and overlapping language resources. Hope for Today Bible. The disciples saw Jesus do many other miraculous signs in addition to ones recorded in this book. Take the limits off. For he raised us from the dead along with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realm because we are united with Christ Jesus. We serve a God of unlimited grace, favor, and blessings. The 20-something guide to getting it together. Rock a long-term relationship. Escape the entry-level hell. Stop binge drinking and overeating. Emerge from a mountain of debt. Cut those toxic friends of conveniences. Outside the box. How globalization changed from moving stuff to spreading ideas. A business could competently extend their supply chains without worrying that the tax collected at the border would wreak havoc with their plans. You can make it happen. A 9-step plan for success. It would never be the same place. Grow the pie. How great companies deliver both purpose and profit. A second way to embed purpose is to align the operating model, how an enterprise runs its core operation with it. We all decide on a meal which contains octopus and sushi rolls as the main course. The end of big. How the internet makes David the new Goliath. Occasionally, Anonymous seems to overstep, as when the group threatened the Zetas, a violent Mexican drug cartel. Overstep. How to instantly connect with anyone. Seek to sound self-directed, not dictated to by someone else. Don't say my lunch hour. When you use this phrase and others like it, such as during my break, your listeners figure somebody above you dictate your schedule. E is for exceptional, the new science of success, but you may benefit from looking forward to. Life code, the new rules for winning in the real world. You must make every effort to control the time, pace, public or private, place, and modality of the confrontation. Modality. Pause, harnessing the life-changing power of giving yourself a break. In hindsight, you may find there are benefits that could have come about only as a result of this event. Knowledge and the power. Does the government's control of information create more binary moments of disclosure and opportunities for insider trading? Binary. The next America, boomers, millennials, and the looming generational showdown. The G7 and the BRICS also include the three most populous countries in the world: China, India, and the US. Collectively. The G7 countries were home to 743 million people in 2010, or 11% of the world population. The unwritten rules, the 6 skills you need to get promoted to the executive level. He spoke about drive and commitment, her analytical skills, and the ability to work with the other members of the task force. The power of affirmation. I deserve to have a romantic, loving relationship. Shut down. How COVID shook the world's economy. Maxine Race. Across Europe, Latin America, the United States, and Western Asia, there were differences of degree, but nowhere was the suppression achieved. Skin in the game, hidden asymmetries in daily life, risk and the rationality. And others who are religious in action, religious in words, But I know of nobody who is atheist in both action and words, completely devoid of rituals, respect for the dead, and superstition, say a belief in economics or in the miraculous powers of the mighty state and its the institution. Bipolar disorder for dummies. Discover how to select a mental health specialist to improve your moods, to improve your moods, and list indirectly increase your daily consumption of fresh fruit and fresh or frozen vegetables. Those food items offer some unique benefits you can't find in most processed foods. Fiber, which improve digestion. Love Psychology of Attraction, a practical guide to successful dating and a happy relationship. Nipping it in the bud, how to keep a small problem from turning into a big one. Your new partner keeps doing that thing that upset or irritated you. You don't want to cause problems, and you haven't had your post quarter yet. But are you making things worse by staying quiet? Master your debt, slash your monthly payments, and become debt free. All right now, there are some very favorable lease deals on the market, especially from foreign manufacturers and especially on more expensive cars. 50 Success Classics, Winning Wisdom for Work and Life from 50 Landmark Books. The book's title comes from Kiyosaki's two dads in his real one, who worked hard all his life as an educator in Hawaii, and a friend's father who ran business and worked for himself. The Sexual Man, Masculinity without the guilt, sex and the married man. Most men long for a loving, intimate, exclusive relationship with the woman. How to think like a CEO. The 22 vital traits you need to be the person at the top. Tourism of criticism. As you build competence, criticism won't bother you so much. Strategy beyond the hockey stick, people, probabilities, and big moves to beat the odds. Companies that meet this standard on M&A have cleared the threshold and made a big move threshold. Our daily bread. Matthew chapter 7. Whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who builded a house on the rock. When the world around you is crumbling, God is the rock, God is the rock on which you can stand. Women are crazy, men are stupid. She started crying about the flowers. 選ばれる人になる34の習慣。チャンスをものにする人は何をやっているのか。チャンスをつかむ。プラチナチケット。プラチナチケット。プラチナ。いわゆるいい仕事やチャンスは選ばれた人だけが手に入れているのです。全身の疲れがすっきり取れる本。体にすぐ効く簡単なリフレッシュ法。もっと寝ていたいという思いは寝られないことに対する不満の裏返しです。あと5分、あと10分の簡単に立ち生きる方。やめないよ。この試合、今までリーグ戦に出られなかった選手たちが選抜で貢献した。欲しいものはすべて山のようなものだ。真のエリートを目指して、動力に勝る天才なし。したがって一定一眼考えて、どうしてもわからない場合には、見切りをつけることです。朝30分の続けなさい。人生処理へのスピードを倍増。朝勉強のすすめ。The early bird catches the fortune. 今すぐできる100歳までボケない生き方。ストレス層がアルツハイマー病を引き起こす。Doing agile transformation without the chaos. The system works to make everyone better. Public speaking, prepare, present, and participate. To add ideas also, and again, in addition, moreover. 今20代女性はなぜ40代男性に惹かれるのか。と言われる彼は水泳チェンの食わないなんで別段特別なことではありません。装飾。一郎262のメッセージ。調子がよくてもいいとは言いませんし、 悪くても悪いとは言いません。それは見ている人で判断してください。成功は一日で捨て去れ。今年はユニクロ1号店から満20年です。自分作りの方法。さて、これらのタイプを日本の企業に当てはめて考えてみると、第一のタイプは促進的であり、新しい部署への転出が多いことを考えたとき、適応能力があるかどうか心配である。京セラ、フロソフィー、フィラサピー。人間社会にはいろいろな集団があり、昭和、コミュニティ、各種団体、ボランティアグループのようなものから、タイは国家と呼ばれるような数億人規模のものまであります。レバレッジシンキング、無限大の正解を生み出す4つの実行投資すす。結果的に少ない労力で良いものができます。逆算発想のチェックリスト。仕組み化を行う上で重要なツールとなるのがチェックリストです。奇跡が起こる超草食、実践者4人の証言、超小食で難病が治った。宿便が満票のほどもど。断食を行い、1週間とか10日間、あるいは2週間と断食を行う中で突然、丼鉢に1倍ものの排便が人によっては2回、3回と出てくる場合があります。私は彼らが誰なのか知っているのでしょうか。最近は日本でもベンチャー企業向けの株式市場、東証マザーズ、対象へ、ラクレスなどが相次いで開設され、ベンチャー企業も株式市場での資金調達がかなり容易になっています。セロトニン生活のすすめ、朝5分の興奮習慣、神経細胞の一つであるセロトニン神経は、ここから脳全体に様々な情報を送り、私たちの心と体に影響を与えています。老後難民50代夫婦の生き残り術。この中身を見ると、最も多いのが、現在は在宅で特養への入居を希望しているという人で、その数は19.9 万人です。マーケティングの基本と起こす売れる仕組みをマスターでしょう。マーケティングは探偵の7つ道具のようなもの。マーケティングの世界でよく言われるセリフに、迷ったらターゲットに戻れというものがあります。判断に迷う際には、 必ずお客様の視点で考えるという意味です。荒野という特徴。俺は今、そう椅子に確かに近づいている。復帰指導。The brain's way of healing, remarkable discoveries and recoveries from the frontiers of neuroplasticity. He returned occasionally to Toronto to visit his physician. Full power, 科学が証明した自分の変える最強戦略。締め切りを自分で設定する。何よりも優先すべきは自分がその日を過ごしたいい精神状態へと自分を持っていくことだ。自分時間の作り方。なんでそんなに楽しそうなのと友達に聞かれる毎日を送りたいあなたへ。近くの公園にちょっと寄る。スーパーマーケットを覗みて見る。お稲荷さんのところにある大木を見上げてみるなどなど。Die broke, a radical 4-part financial plan to restore your competence, increase your net worth, and afford you the lifestyle of your dream. Home improvements, renovation, and addiction. The traditional view has been that home improvements and renovation were investment rather than purchases. Performance coaching, a complete guide for best practice coaching and training. Okay, so just take a look at it now. 英語を続ける技術 Top Secret of Successful English Learning 過去では教えてくれない高いレベルを要求するとすでに英語ができないことになってしまう。The power of self-competence become unstoppable, irresistible, and unafraid in every area of your life. Action exercise. What are the 3 biggest mistakes you have made, and what did you learn from each one? いい言葉はいい人生を作る。アウトプットの年齢だからインプットが面白くなんだ。始まりと思うのも自分。もう終わりだと思うのも自分。初めての人の日経220項基礎知識や儲けのルール。目から数。投資対象は日経平均の1銘柄のみ。Tiny habits. back to Jill. When Jill took the tiny habits course, she struggled with celebration. Everyone communicate, few connect. What the most effective people do differently. The first time you say something, it's heard. The second time it's recognized. And the third time it's learned. It's killing our kids. The growing epidemic of teenage alcohol abuse and addiction. There's more to be done in equipping Christian kids to make their choice about the drinking. I believe, experience Him, share Him, God's Word on truth, Jesus, love, fear, school, friends, churches, and living life. Find yourself in Christ. The Lord doesn't look at you and say, "This is who you are and who you will always be." Instead, He says, "Just imagine who you can become." Your battles belong to the Lord. Study guide, know your enemy, and be more than a conqueror. People run from difficulties for all kinds of reasons and in various ways. Action reading. 1日30分でも自分を変えること読書。SNS で仲間を募り、読書習慣がでしょう。そういう仲間や、あるいは Facebook、ランチョなどで募った仲間と仕事の本、経済、社会、哲学、歴史の本、科学の本や小説などを競争して読む読書グループを作ってはいかがでしょうか。一生使える勉強法、勉強本100冊のベストセラーを1冊にまとめた。継続は力なりという言葉もありますが、客の言い方をすれば、客の言い方をすれば、継続しなければ、継続しなければ、力にならないということでもあります。How to succeed at being yourself, finding the competence to fulfill your destiny. I recall God saying that He is the Almighty God. Almighty God. Genesis chapter 17. In other words, more than enough. More than enough. ストレス過ぎ合いの長寿な人、派手な人、あるいは駅で切符を買うときに他人がもだもだしていると、早く知るよといがってるような人が A 型です。 Management tips. Harvard Business Review. Kill more good ideas. To come up with a few good ideas, you need to generate a lot of bad ones.人生を楽しむコツ。亭主がフットボールに行きたいときは一人で行き、奥さんはテレビでオペラを見ていればいい。You incorporated the art of selling yourself, the power of the tiny. We assume that people are rational. How pleasure works. The new science of why we like what we like. You can't be merely taking the teenager's perspective as she seems in the dark because she is cheerful and you are terrified. Mismeasuring our lives. Why GDP doesn't add up. So the existing assessment tools often have a narrow coverage, as schooling is only one of the inputs that lead to knowledge, skills development, and improvements in quality of life. The power of a praying woman. It has been my personal experience that stretched and uncomfortable is a way of life when working in the will of God. Connect more deeply with God, the Bible, and your friends. It's good to go to God when you don't feel lovable. Dear God, do you really love me? Between God and me. Get of course I love you, that you lead by singing a prayer. Lend me your ears, great speeches in history. Upon the ground of injustice, it ought to be abolished at last. Why ought it not now? Everyday millionaires. How ordinary people built extraordinary wealth, and how you can too. At that point, you'd be like David, a retired college professor and a millionaire our team interviewed. The power of being positive, enjoying God forever, a heart that hinders. While the world is busy trying to conquer outer space, we should strive to conquer inner space. Great day every day, navigating life's challenges with promise and purpose. Why do you think it surprised Jesus when those who have received his grace neglect to show gratitude in response? How often do you think you surprised Jesus in this other way? Peaks and valleys. Making good and bad times work for you at work and in life. What do you mean? Mothers attract the women through the honesty. The bolder the action, the more vulnerability you show, and the more you polarize response. The inevitable. Recently, I visited the offices of Rosedale's startup, High Fidelity. Healthy Aging, a lifelong guide to your well-being. They make you feel better physically and emotionally in part, perhaps because of endorphin release and changes in metabolism. Stick together, a simple lesson to build a stronger team. The guys headed to the court to practice for the season opener. Elite the mind, how winners think differently to create a competitive edge and maximize success. Winning will always be fun because winning is associated with playing toward your highest ability. The most important thing, this is that Rarity, a useful book, Uncommon Sense for the Thoughtful Investor. There are a lot of things I like about investing, and most of them are true, I'm supposed as well. How to make anyone fall in love with you. Inequality can also occur when one of the partners mess up. Be happy. Release the power of happiness in you. The family story. Your willingness to understand your family help you to realize who you really are and what your life is really for. Don't sweat the small stuff for teens. Don't sweat the breakups. Get out of the emergency lane. And be okay with your bad hair day. Drop the drama. Don't throw up on your friends. Your best year yet. 10 questions for making the next 12 months your most successful ever. Will I make sure this happens? What is our CEO's opinion? The worthy solution. Using breakthrough brain science to turn stress and anxiety into competence and happiness. The repetitive focus on the constant concern occupies their mind so that more but some emotional and difficult to process feelings are kept at bay. Black box thinking. Why most people never learn from their mistake, but some do. A quick recap. 2020. 20 great list by 20 outstanding business thinkers. Think at whatever you like, but think. Self-help might be of some use for problems that are merely cosmetic, but in the medium and long term, we need something much sounder to base ourselves upon. Cosmetic.今キリストを証しする聖書に学ぶ現代人の生き方。誰が宣教の専門家なのでしょうか。本当の意味でイエスを証ししていくとはどういうことなのでしょうか。 How well do you know your body? Take the quiz. The owner's manual, an insider's guide to the body that will make you healthier and younger. Stop a second and think about how many things you touch that other people have touched immediately before you. Sink of the faucet, door handles, gas pumps, money machine, other people's hands. スターバックスを世界一にするために守り続けてきた大切な原則。スターバックスを世界ブランドにするために大切にしたこと、それは人だ。自分に正直になる、自主的に考える、信頼を築く、責任を持つ、大きな夢を持つ。リーダーとしてお客様に尽くす、社員として、そして一人の人間として、大切な原則は人生のあらゆる場面で共通している。脳を最高に生かす人の長時間、頭も心もポジティブに、毎朝の食事にも自分なりのセオリー習慣の脳に良い朝の食事って何ですか？これまでなんとこの質問の投げかけられたことは、脳科学的に言えばこれが脳に良い朝食ですというものは特にありません。Eat smarter. Use the power of food to reboot your metabolism, upgrade your brain, and transform your life. It's time to snack for some better Z's. So let's dive into the next chapter. 子供の心のコーチング、一人で考え、一人でできる子の育て方。その時、子供は愛されると感じます。Grit, the power of passion and perseverance. What's more, grittier students earn higher report card grade and after graduation are more likely to enroll in and persist through college. ピンポな廊下に泣く人、安心廊下で笑う人。ちなみに、まだ安心生命のメディアカルコットという保険商品は、使わなかった保険料が70歳などの小定の年齢の時に戻ってくるという特徴があるものです。いつか行きたい世界遺産ベスト100、地球の宝物に出会える本、当然。Smarter the growth. How to grow your people, to grow your company. We anchor, we celebrate, we hope the party never ends. Anchor. Limitless. Upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exceptional life. But if you make the effort to keep your brain in top shape, you'll discover that it's always ready to do superhero level work for you, just as it did for this call. 月曜日の朝9分で全てがうまく回り出す。チームの力を最大化するリーダーの教科書9 minutes on Monday。その一方で、 men, women, and the relationships, making peace with the opposite sex. This is called accumulating emotional charge. Teaching in the secondary school. Why do you think students misbehave? Business plans for dummies take advantage of the latest technology and marketing trends. What a card! What a card! Brilliant the presentation. What the best presenters know, do, and say. So it is with presenting. If a world is there, it must be there for a reason. Life coaching for dummies. Learn to pinpoint your aspiration and the ambition. Chapter 16, Attracting the Life You Want. In this chapter, getting in the flow and releasing resistance, appreciating the present moment, turning into positive emotion, making good habits, breaking bad habits, 14 new behaviors that will energize your life. When you hear of a person in need, don't think somebody needed to help them without asking God if he had somebody he wants to use. Word of mouth of the marketing. How smart companies get people talking tools. How can you help the message travel? Your job, make it easier for the message to spread. Word of mouth is powerful, but it doesn't go on forever. 10 steps in writing the research paper. Checklist for frequent errors in writing the research paper. When you have finished your first draft, it is important to look over your writing. The experiment that challenged human nature. Obedience to authority. Group apex. The individual is weak in his solidarity opposition to authority, but the group is strong. Get motivated, overcome any obstacle, achieve any goals, and accelerate your success with the motivational DNA. My children speak respectfully to others. Going solo. The extraordinary rise and the surprising appeal of living alone. The average adult is alone for about 3 hours a day. Mine, how the hidden rules of ownership control our lives. Marriage manuals. Surprisingly, at least to us low professors, few couples tailor marital ownership to their liking. Your best life now. 7 steps to living at your full potential. Enlarge your vision. Develop a healthy self-image. Discover the power of your thought and words. Let go of the past. Find the strength through adversity. Live to give. Choose to be happy. Before he became king of Israel, David and his men were out patrolling one day, doing what God had told them to do. Pitch perfect. How to say it right the first time every time. Spend some time right now considering the main types of stories that you will want to have at the ready for any spontaneous speaking situation. Keep at the shop. build a better brain at any age. A certain type of scan, PET, can show patterns of brain activity and whether the amyloid protein is accumulating. Rest. Why you get more done when you work less. The proven method for resting that will radically improve your life. Sustaining creativity. The best rest for doing one thing is doing another until you fall into a sound sleep. Make difficult people disappear. Make difficult people disappear goes beyond the personality profile and difficult people. It's a must read for leaders wanting to improve themselves, their teams, and their organization. Resilience. Bounce back from whatever life throws at you. The answer is resilience. And why do some people have the ability to bounce back from tough times to be stronger than before? The answer is the resilience. Making children mind without losing yours. The following chapters cover specific family situation and then parental strategies. Don't sweat a small stuff at work. Spending 40 hours or more a week in an office, along with rushed deadlines, heavy workloads, and daily dilemmas, can make working a very stressful experience. Managing your mouth, an owner's manual for your most important business asset. Say for example, the interviewer asks you, how do you feel about working for a large company as opposed to a small company? Your roadmap for success. You can get there from here. Spend time with the growing people. Eight 8,789 words of the wisdom. Curiosity is the first step to a greater accomplishment. Leadership secret. Business secret, the experts tell all. A well-defined common direction. 仕事ができる人の特徴多忙な中、いかにして特徴の違いのひねり出し、本の内容を効率よく確実に頭に刻み込むか。多忙社長の結果を出せる時間術。忙しいのに時間がある人の共通点。時間のコミットか。未来から逆算するだけで今がパイに使える。朝方人間の成功的確。決め手は出勤前のこの時間活用にある。などと掛け口を叩かれていたらしいのである。Thought for the day. Today I will trust God's light to lead me better than before, mastering the habits of our everyday lives. A reader observed, when I thought of exercise as something I should do, it was hard to get into a routine. Stop acting rich and start living like a real millionaire. After the 2020 interview was over, I did some additional calculation. The Retirement Challenge, a non-financial guide from top retirement to the experts. Either way, I know that you will see that the time and the energy you expend will be well worth the effort to help you towards finding where to live in retirement. Retirement. Spirituality for dummies. Fulfill your dreams through affirmation. Here is an inner process that can help clear your web of karmas without your having to change anything outside. Think of a person or situation that create obstacle in your life. Influence, science, and practice. Although I've never been to a Tupperware party, I recognized the same kind of friendship pressure recently when I got a call from a long distance phone company saleswoman. Chicken soup for the soul, top times, top people. One-on-one stories about overcoming the economic crisis and other challenges. It killed me to know that the woman who gave birth to me did this. Coaching people. Do you provide both support and autonomy? Attention management. How to create success and gain productivity every day. Break free from the myths of time management. Action step. Learn more about how to manage your attention through workflow management. The driver in the driverless car, how our technology choices will create the future, has come out strongly in favor of a cautious approach to modifying the human germ line. Life strategy, doing what works, doing what matters. If you think about the state of your life as a function of how well your life manager is doing, you'll have an objective yardstick for measuring our efficiency. Yeah, marketing outrageously redux. How to increase your revenue by staggering amounts. Staggering amounts. I never learned why that electronic calendar in Tokyo was counting down the days of the year 2000. Masterful coaching. Discuss each of the following questions with the coachee and create a to-do list as well as a list of things to avoid. Surviving the technological alteration of the modern mind. Key strategies for bridging the brain gap. Other option. Many handheld devices open digital cameras, word processing, and spreadsheet programs, as well as compact flash cards and MP3 players for music and videos. Masters of scale, surprising truths from the world's most successful entrepreneurs. So the thought was, oh, we can't fail this time. A politically incorrect guide to American history. FDR agreed to send 1 million Russian POWs back to Stalin. Motivate like a CEO. Communicate your strategic vision and inspire people to act. When you hedge your words, you are only hoping. About the 100. absolutely unbreakable laws of business success. Attract and keep better people. The psychology of wealth. Understand your relationship with money and achieve prosperity. And I'm sure to hear a celebrity's name if I sit in an office, even for a little while. Up your score. The underground guide to the SAT. The strategy guide with attitude by 5 kids who aced the SAT and went on to the top-notch college of their choice. Let's start with some definition. Persuasive, persuasive presentation, inspire action, engage the audience, sell your ideas. A clear visual hierarchy allows viewers to quickly ascertain a slide's most important elements. Ask, and it is given, listening to manifest your desire. Introducing 22 proven processes that will improve your point of attraction. Traction. Get a grip on your business. List the action item from the solution. 7. The 7 habits of highly effective teens. 7 habits. Be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize, sharpen the soul. Renew yourself regularly. The success journey, the process of living your dreams. What lesson have I learned? The 5 levels of leadership. The downside of people development. Leading on level 4 requires high levels of maturity and the skill. Rising strong. How the ability to reset transforms the way we live, love, parent, and lead. But brain is as corrosive as it is unproductive. Corrosive. But blame is corrosive. How to fail at almost everything and still win big. Kind of the story of my life. Happiness. The only reasonable goal in life is maximizing your total lifetime experience of something called happiness. Focus, the hidden driver of excellence. That brings to mind Paul, CEO of Unilever, who surprised me when we were both members of a panel at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Corrosive.